Now, at the end of your installation of the software update services, you'll be given instructions about how to configure it, and you're going to go to this administration website, http bean svr. This will actually be whatever server you have installed it on, and then sysadmin. So we'll go ahead and do that now. We'll click on Finish, and it's time now to configure this as we're redirected to, there we go, localhost, and you can also use that alias as well. Localhost sysadmin. So this, by default, it will launch you to this administration page. And from this site, we can get a lot of information about software update services. We can view the white paper or the deployment guide, and all of that's handy information. And if you're going to use this full-time in your network, probably these are good things, good documents to have at your side. But the first order of business really for using the software update services is that we want to synchronize our software update server with what's out there from Microsoft. So we can either set a synchronization schedule, and pretty straightforward how to configure a synchronization schedule, or we can just synchronize now. We can do a manual synchronization, and that causes our newly installed software to contact the Microsoft Automatic Updates website and get the latest updates. Well, as you can see here, with 3,827 updates to download from the Microsoft Update website, you'll be here a while the first time you synchronize your SUS services. After this is done, however, I just want to point you to what you'll be looking at. You'll get this Approve Updates, and the updates are all cataloged, and you can simply with a check decide whether or not to approve the downloaded update. So you can still have control over what gets pushed out to your clients or what your clients ask the SUS server for. Now, the final portion of this, after you approve the updates for the latest software and hot fixes and so on that you want to go out, then you have to update the client software on all clients that you want to use this service, and that is done by downloading the client side of things. And you can get to this again from the same place that you can get the server side, the SUS with Service Pack 1 in this case, and that is Microsoft.com Windows Server System, SUS, and then underneath the server is the SUS client. So this will let clients specify the server name and get their updates from it. So again, if you decide to implement this on your network, you're probably going to be reading through some of the deployment guides. You'll probably be looking through these things that are all available from this new web service. And by the way, here's another thing that is definitely worth mentioning. Use of the software update services requires that your system is running IIS, because they'll actually be distributed through a web interface. That's how the clients will establish the connection. Same way you establish a connection to the Windows Update servers, you go through the internet. Well, even if it's the computer right next to you, it will use internet technologies to connect to a new website that's set up for this purpose. So you will have to, if it's not already installed at the time you install software update services, make sure that IIS is installed on your system. But other than that, most of it can be configured with a couple of clicks with this web page.